While the latest version of Alinity automates key workflows such as applications and renewals, there will always be a need for administrators to manually process registration changes. However, every regulatory authority and professional college has its own unique requirements. That's why Alinity was developed as a framework solution, which means it can be extensively customized to meet each regulator's needs. It also means Alinity needs to be configured to execute your workflows, bylaws, and business rules properly. There are four main configuration points for registration changes: setting up the registration change mapping, adding registration change reasons, configuring the change requirements, and assigning fees. In this video, we're going to look at the first configuration element that needs to be completed, the registration change mapping. Before you begin mapping out registration changes, you must have your registers configured. Softworks technicians will set up your registers during your initial implementation, but if there have been legislative changes requiring the creation or removal of registers, you'll need to make sure those changes are reflected in your system before you get started. You'll need to have an administrative account with at least the settings administrator permissions as well. We recommend you have all the allowed registration changes mapped out in a document ahead of time, so all you have to do is translate it into the software. We also recommend that you have a master document of registration change reasons, fees, and change requirements set up beforehand. Once you've got everything you need, it's time to get started. Log in with your username and password combination and, from the main dashboard, select Settings in the side navigation bar, then choose Registers. Now select the register that you're going to want to allow registrants to move from. So if, for example, you want to be able to move registrants from your active register to your inactive register, select the active one, as that's the register members will be coming off of. Once you're on your target register, scroll down to the Allowed Register Changes section. To create the change mapping, just click the Add button. You'll be taken to the Register Change Create page. Now, select the register you want to be able to move registrants to, as well as the section. Both fields are mandatory, but if your organization isn't using sections, you can just select the default, as all registers will have at least one default section. The Enabled for Registrants toggle allows registrants to initiate this change themselves from the member portal. It's important to note, however, that they can only change registers themselves during your renewal window. Registration changes outside your normal renewal and reinstatement windows will still need to be completed by administrators. A registration change mapping is active by default, but if for some reason you'd like to change the mapping to be inactive, you can toggle this off. Click Save and you'll be returned to the register details. Now if you look at the Allowed Register Changes section, you'll see the change you just created. Repeat the process for all the registration changes your organization allows. We recommend moving through the process register by register. Add all your registration changes for the active register to start. Then complete the inactive register, and so on. With your registration change mapping in place, it's time to move to the second configuration point, adding registration change reasons. To learn more about adding registration change reasons, watch the next video in this series. And, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, contact us at 1-800-755-1546 or email us at support@softworksgroup.com.